We start with breaking news of a mass shooting in Colorado Springs. Police have confirmed that 5 people are dead, 18 hurt after a shooting at an LGBTQ+ nightclub.
We are still working to learn more information, but we can tell you the suspect is in police custody at the hospital at this time. This all happened just before midnight at Club Q. It's a popular LGBTQ+ nightclub off North Academy Boulevard in Colorado Springs. Police responded to calls of an active shooter.
When officers from every patrol division were responding, and once they got to the club, they were able to find the suspect inside right away. The suspect was then taken to the hospital for treatment. At this point, we don't know how that person was hurt, but the Springs police said that this was not an officer-involved shooting. All they could say earlier this morning that there was a gun that was used, but did not specify what kind.
At this point in time, the investigation is in the very initial stages, but I can tell you that we have 18 injured and 5 deceased. That number is subject to change as the investigation continues. We had numerous people transported to multiple local hospitals via ambulance and police cruisers. The hospitals are helping us to notify family of the injured to let them know.
So what we do is we call it, basically we triage, and so we find out who are the worst, who can wait a little bit longer, and then who are kind of more of that we can double up or even triple up on some of those ambulances. And so in some cases we did have a couple ambulances that took 3 patients, and then other ambulances that were only able to take 1.
Club Q released a statement to their Facebook saying, quote, "Club Q is devastated by the senseless attack on our community. Our prayers and thoughts are with all the victims and their families and friends. We thank the quick reactions of heroic customers that subdued the gunman and ended this hate attack."
It is important to note that police have not shared a motive behind the shooting or said exactly how the shooting was stopped. We are expecting to hear from them again at 8 a.m. this morning. Like you just heard from investigators, the hospitals are helping connect folks injured to their loved ones this morning.
Yeah, the families of those who have died are still being notified at this time. And if you haven't been able to get a hold of your loved one, you can call Colorado Springs Police. Now, other LGBTQ+ clubs and bars are now upping their own security as well. Sean O'Grady, the managing partner of Triangle here in Denver, gave us a statement that reads in part, "Our hearts are with our Colorado Springs family. Out of abundance of caution and to allow our team to leave to be with their loved ones, we ended our night slightly early. Our hearts are with everyone affected. We will return tomorrow with extra security precautions in place. We stand with our Colorado Springs family and are here to support them any way we can."
So all of this happened on a day that is dedicated to remembering transgender people who have been killed in acts of anti-trans violence. Today is Transgender Day of Remembrance. And according to an annual report from LGBTQ advocacy group, the Human Rights Campaign, at least 32 transgender and gender non-conforming people have been killed in the U.S. this year. The group believes that's likely an undercount because a lot of deaths often go underreported or victims are misgendered. It also doesn't account for those who have died by suicide. Friday night, the Center on Colfax read the names of individuals who have died from violence during the past year.
Sadly, violence against members of the transgender community is very pervasive throughout our culture. And truly, it's a group of people who are just trying to go about their business and live their lives.
Today's day of observance is for remembering, recognizing, and understanding. Club Q was planning a Transgender Day of Remembrance today at 11 a.m. with the drag brunch, drinks, and a variety of gender identities and performance styles. If you are a trans individual looking for resources, you can go to lgbtqcolorado.org. And also coming up in our 7:30 half hour on Channel 9, we're going to be speaking with an expert on managing trauma like what we're experiencing this morning.
Well, we've got clear skies out there. We're going to start the day off clear. We're going to see a lot of sunshine throughout the day, and we are going to end it with some clear skies as well. Let's take you outside right now where we have got not much happening on. We have high pressure in place, and that is keeping us, well, pretty much cloud-free and dry, not just today, but as we head into this evening and for the next several days. So here's a look at your forecast for today. We don't even have a cloud on this graphic. We are clear, getting up into the mid to upper 40s today for highs. We'll say 47 degrees for forecast high here in the metro area. Under sunny skies, winds fairly light, although they will add to the wind chill just a bit. Clear skies tonight, temperatures dropping down to about 20 degrees. Mostly sunny tomorrow and warmer. A few degrees warmer, 49 your forecast high. And then we just warm up from there. We're actually talking about temperatures in the 60s. In our extended forecast, we'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit.
Keely, thank you so much. The History Colorado Center opened a new exhibition about the Sand Creek Massacre yesterday. Yesterday, tribal representatives from Cheyenne and Arapaho nations celebrated the exhibition opening with cultural performances. On November 29th of 1864, U.S. troops attacked the Cheyenne and Arapaho village, who were promised military protection. More than 230 women, children, and older adults were sadly killed.
The most important thing about this exhibit is the education. It educates people on who the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribe are, and then it tells a truthful story.
This past week, the state board handling the renaming of landmarks voted to change the name of the 14er Mount Evans. It was named for Governor John Evans, who was in office during the Sand Creek Massacre. If a federal board signs off, though, it'll be called Mount Blue Sky in honor of the Arapaho people.
A small group of Afghan women are raising money for their families after fleeing Taliban rule in Afghanistan. The 5 women who make up the Afghan Women's Collective of Denver held that holiday sale on Saturday. It was at Celebration Church on South Birch Street, where they were selling items that they had sewed or made themselves.
And I think that when people know their money is going to help our Afghan neighbors, they don't second guess prices. They just buy. And it's just such a pleasure to see what people like and to see them responding to all of these beautiful products that the women have made.
People in the community donated the materials as well. We'll be right back.